Control your emotional display is the first and most decisive law of irresistible presence, because attraction is not sparked by what a man feels, but by how deliberately he appears to feel. Emotion, when uncontrolled, weakens a man, but emotion, when shaped with intention, becomes a weapon of influence. A man who governs his expressions, his reactions, and his internal storms without allowing them to erupt onto his face or into his voice instantly separates himself from the ordinary. Most men reveal themselves too quickly. They expose their excitement, their nervousness, their irritation, their desire. They bleed emotion the moment a woman smiles at them or rejects them. This transparency may feel honest, but it strips them of power. When a man becomes an open book, he becomes predictable, and predictability destroys intrigue. A woman does not resist a man because he is emotionless, but because he is emotionally disciplined. She can feel his depth, but she cannot access it on demand. His calm frustrates her curiosity and awakens her interest. His steadiness signals something she instinctively respects: self-command. For centuries, people have been drawn to leaders and figures who maintain their composure, even when chaos erupts around them. This same principle fuels attraction. A man who controls his emotional display radiates an aura that says he is not moved by whims, not easily manipulated, not thrown off balance. This composure triggers an ancient recognition of strength. Controlling your emotional display does not mean pretending to feel nothing. It means deciding when to express something, what to express, and how much to express. Women, like all humans, test the boundaries of people they encounter. They watch how others react. A poorly timed emotional leak, desperation, anger, eagerness, can undo days of progress. But a perfectly timed calm expression, a slow breath instead of a heated response, a restrained smile instead of open excitement, communicates that you are in command of yourself. It tells her that your inner world is not up for public consumption. It positions you as someone who chooses his responses rather than living through reflex. When you control your emotional display, you also elevate the value of every emotion you reveal. If you rarely show excitement, your smile becomes meaningful. If you rarely display affection, your compliments become treasures. Scarcity creates value, and this principle applies to emotional expression with absolute precision. Giving everything at once makes nothing special. Giving selectively makes everything powerful. Another reason emotional discipline is irresistible is because it forces others to invest mentally in understanding you. When you are not immediately readable, others begin to analyze your words, your pauses, your tone, your presence. They begin to wonder what you are thinking, how you truly feel, what they represent to you. This wondering creates a psychological pull that is far stronger than any forced charm or exaggerated enthusiasm. Mystery born from emotional restraint is not a tactic. It is a psychological force that pulls others toward you without effort. To practice this control, you must first understand the difference between emotion and expression. Feeling frustration is human. Displaying it impulsively is voluntary. Feeling attraction is natural. Announcing it through overeager behavior is optional. You can feel deeply without acting quickly. You can want someone without collapsing into neediness. You can care without showing it at the wrong moment. This ability to pause, evaluate, and then choose your outward expression is what defines emotional dominance. Furthermore, controlling your emotional display protects you from being easily influenced. People often manipulate through emotional triggers: guilt, fear, jealousy, sympathy. When you react impulsively, you become a puppet to these triggers. When you remain composed, you become the puppeteer of your own mind. You create a buffer between stimulus and response, a space where logic replaces impulsivity. Women notice this immediately because they are experts at reading emotional currents. When they test a man and he does not crumble, they recognize a level of strength that sets him apart. A controlled emotional display also enhances your masculine presence. Masculinity, in its most compelling form, is not loud or aggressive. It is contained, it is steady, it is quiet intensity. A man who walks into a room calm while others seek attention draws more eyes than the one trying to prove something. He is not neutral, he is potent. His presence suggests inner worlds he does not reveal lightly. This makes him both safe and exciting, familiar and enigmatic. It is this balance that captivates women on both conscious and subconscious levels. Finally, learning to control your emotional display teaches you to lead interactions instead of reacting to them. When you decide the emotional tone, the pace, and the energy of the moment, you naturally steer the direction of the connection. You create an environment where your presence sets the rhythm and she responds to it. Control of your emotional display is not suppression. It is strategy, influence, and self-mastery woven into a single force that shapes how others experience you. Project purpose, not need, is the foundation of a man's true gravitational pull, because attraction does not respond to longing, begging, or emotional hunger. It responds to a man who is already moving, already building, already pursuing something larger than the moment in front of him. A man who projects purpose does not chase approval, and because he does not chase it, approval follows him. Women instinctively recognize the difference between a man who wants them to fill a void and a man who invites them to witness his ascent. One radiates weakness, the other radiates direction, and direction is power. A man ruled by need becomes predictable and easily swayed. He orbits around compliments, external validation, and attention, hoping these things will complete him. When he meets a woman he desires, he immediately begins to contort his identity to fit what he imagines will impress her. He becomes agreeable, overly eager, and emotionally exposed, believing that the depth of his desire alone will win her over. But desire without discipline repels more than it attracts. It signals dependence, and dependence is the fastest way to lose both respect and interest. Purpose, however, is a force that requires no announcement. A man living with purpose communicates his value through action, not intention. His life already has movement. His habits already have structure. His goals already have weight. He does not seek a woman to give him direction. He invites her into a world that already has one. Women are drawn to this not because they crave perfection, but because purpose communicates strength, stability, and leadership. A purposeful man is not seeking someone to rescue him from his own mind. He is offering a place beside him in a life he is actively shaping. To project purpose, a man must first cultivate it. This means understanding what drives him, what he wants to build, what he wants to master, and who he wants to become. Purpose is not an abstract idea. It is a daily practice. It is the reason you wake up early, the discipline behind your choices, the direction behind your progress. When a man with purpose walks into a room, people feel the difference. His eyes are not searching for approval. His posture does not collapse under pressure. His presence is anchored in something invisible but undeniable. He has somewhere to go, and he moves as if time respects him. When you project purpose, you naturally communicate boundaries. You cannot be overly available because your time is tied to something meaningful. You cannot be easily manipulated because your attention is not desperate for affection. You cannot be derailed by fleeting emotions because your focus is sharper than your temporary impulses. This boundary of purpose creates an aura that is both alluring and challenging. Women are fascinated by men who are selective with their attention because selectivity signals value. The man who gives his time to everyone is useful. but the man who gives it sparingly is desired. Need, on the other hand, is chaotic and ungrounded. A needy man believes attraction is earned through intensity, texting too often, over-explaining himself, proving his worth through constant validation, seeking behavior. But the more he tries to impress, the more invisible he becomes. His energy feels heavy, his presence feels draining, and his intentions feel unbalanced. Women may feel empathy for him, but empathy is not desire. Desire is reserved for the man who stands firm in his world, not the one who begs for a place in someone else's. The purpose-driven man never rushes to declare his interest. He understands that urgency is the language of need. Instead, he allows curiosity to build by maintaining his pace, his focus, and his priorities. He does not disappear. He simply does not abandon his direction to pursue someone who has yet to earn that privilege. This creates a powerful psychological distinction. He becomes the man who must be pursued, not the man who chases blindly. Projecting purpose also means you communicate that your life is not defined by romance alone. Romance may enhance your world, but it does not complete it. You are complete without it, and that completeness is what makes you compelling. Women are naturally drawn to men who can stand alone, because standing alone shows that you are not afraid of solitude, responsibility, or personal growth. A man who fears being alone will cling to anyone. A man who embraces solitude chooses carefully. Furthermore, a purposeful man radiates quiet confidence. This confidence is not loud, not arrogant, not performative. It is the confidence of someone who knows where he is going. Someone who does not need to brag because his actions speak for him. Someone who does not need constant reassurance because he trusts his own judgment. Women sense this instantly, and it separates him from the masses who rely on external validation to feel significant. Purpose gives a man direction, identity, and stability. Need strips him of all three. When you project purpose, you don't ask, "How can I get her to like me?" You ask, "Does she fit into the direction I'm already moving?" This mental shift alone alters your presence, your behavior, your energy. Instead of trying to win someone's attention, you become someone whose attention is valuable. Instead of placing a woman at the center of your world, you invite her to join a world that already has a center. And that is the difference between attracting from strength and grasping from weakness. Set the frame. Don't chase. It is the principle that separates men who influence interactions from men who merely react to them. A frame is the invisible structure that dictates how an interaction feels, who guides it, and whose reality becomes the dominant one. Every conversation, every moment, every connection operates within a frame, either yours or someone else's. When you chase a frame, you surrender control. When you set the frame, you shape the interaction without force, without begging, and without effort that appears visible. A man who sets the frame becomes the anchor in any dynamic, the one whose presence defines the tone rather than absorbing it. Most men unconsciously chase the frame because they want to be accepted. They want approval, rapport, and comfort. They adapt quickly, adjust their humor, soften their opinions, and mold themselves to avoid tension or rejection. But in doing so, they send a subtle but unmistakable message: lead me, decide for me, tell me how to behave. When a man follows someone else's frame, he becomes reactive. His energy becomes secondary. His presence becomes replaceable, and in relationships, especially romantic ones, replaceability is the enemy of desire. A man who sets the frame does so by holding his internal reality steady. He does not rush to agree. He does not rush to impress. He does not rush to apologize simply because silence feels uncomfortable. His responses are deliberate, not frantic. He is willing to pause, to challenge, to question, and to redirect. When he listens fully, not anxiously. When he speaks, he does so from conviction, not from fear of judgment. This steadiness creates a natural gravitational pull because it communicates that he is rooted in himself. He becomes someone others calibrate to rather than someone who calibrates to everyone else. Setting the frame is not about dominance through force. It is dominance through clarity. It is the quiet but powerful message that says, I know who I am, I know what I tolerate, and I know how I move. When a woman meets a man with this type of presence, she feels the difference immediately. She cannot lead him emotionally because he does not fold under pressure. She cannot manipulate his reactions because he is not controlled by approval. She cannot shake his grounding because it is built on internal certainty, not external reward. This type of man becomes captivating not because he demands respect, but because his presence naturally commands it. Setting the frame also means understanding that attraction deepens through tension, not through constant agreement. Many men destroy tension by trying to make everything smooth and conflict-free. They fear disagreement because they worry it will push her away. But the man who sets the frame uses tension as a tool. He allows playful challenge, subtle debate, and differing perspectives to exist. He does not avoid them, he controls them. This ability to hold his ground without aggression shows strength. It shows backbone. It shows that he is not intimidated by emotional intensity or intellectual contrast. When you set the frame, you also control the pace of the interaction. You do not rush to escalate. You do not rush to seek validation. You do not rush to prove your intentions. You move with patience and intention because patience itself is a sign of confidence. A man who is secure in his value has no need to speed the process. He understands that connection unfolds naturally when he is in control of the tone. A woman feels this pace. She feels that she must rise to meet him rather than pull him forward. When you are the one who guides the pace, you subtly dictate how she engages with you, whether she initiates, invests, or pursues. Setting the frame also creates a psychological distinction that heightens desire. When you set the frame, you become the standard. You become the environment she steps into. You become the energy she adjusts to. And when you embody this position consistently, she will instinctively seek your approval, not out of insecurity, but out of intrigue. She wants to know how you see her, what you think of her behavior, what you value, and how she fits into your world. This shift, from you chasing her validation to her wanting yours, is one of the most powerful dynamics in attraction. A frame is not enforced through argument or explanation. It is reinforced through consistent behavior. If you set a boundary, you enforce it quietly. If you express a preference, you hold to it calmly. If someone tries to challenge your values, you do not become defensive. You become clearer. A man who sets the frame does not lecture. He embodies. He shows through action that his standards are real, not negotiable. And when a woman sees consistency, she trusts the strength behind it. Setting the frame does not eliminate her influence. It simply ensures that her influence does not override your stability. You remain open, but not malleable. You remain attentive, but not dependent. You remain connected, but not consumed. This balance creates attraction because it positions you as a man who leads his own life first and engages others from a place of inner authority. A relationship built on this type of energy becomes naturally polarized. She feels free to express herself fully because she senses that you can hold the space. She becomes more feminine, more open, more drawn to you because she feels your unshakable presence guiding the dynamic. Setting the frame, then, is about choosing your reality and inviting others into it rather than chasing theirs. It is about creating emotional, mental, and relational structure through the steadiness of your own identity. When you master this, you no longer hope for attraction. You create it through the gravity of who you are. Attraction is not won through chance or charm. It is shaped through discipline, intention, and mastery of oneself. When a man controls his emotional display, he becomes unreadable in a world addicted to oversharing. When he projects purpose rather than need, he transforms from a seeker of approval into a creator of direction. When he sets the frame instead of chasing it, he reshapes the dynamic into one where his presence becomes the standard others respond to. These principles are not tricks, and they are not performances. They are ways of thinking that redefine how a man moves through the world. Women are drawn not to the man who tries to win them, but to the man who commands himself with such precision that they feel compelled to enter his orbit. The rules are simple. Master your mind, shape your energy, and let the world adjust to you.